He only wanted a simple job. Nothing fancy. Just something to earn a little money after school, help his mom out, maybe save for a new phone. But the moment he stepped into that store, something felt off. Not scary. Not obvious. Just wrong. The bell above the door rang softly as he walked in. Shelves packed tight. Old snacks. Dust in the corners. A place people passed by every day, but never really noticed. And behind the counter stood the owner, watching him. Not the usual "can I help you" kind of look. No, this was different. Like he already knew him. "You're late," the man said. The teen froze. Late? This was his first time here. I think you've got the wrong person," he replied, half laughing it off. But the owner didn't laugh. He just stared, then slowly nodded, like he was correcting himself. "Right," he said. "First day." But something about the way he said it didn't sound like a mistake. It sounded like a cover. The teen shook it off. Maybe the guy was just weird. Every small shop had someone like that, right? So he took the job. Stocking shelves. Cleaning. Running errands. Simple. Easy. Normal. At least, that's what it should have been. But on his second day, something happened that made his stomach drop. The owner called him by his nickname. Not the one on his application. Not the one his teachers used. The one only his family ever said. And that's when it hit him. This man didn't just recognize him. He knew him. The question is, how? And more importantly, what else did he know? Because the next thing the owner said would make it impossible to walk away. The teen didn't respond right away, because his brain was trying to catch up with what he just heard. That nickname, it wasn't public. Not on social media. Not in school. Not anywhere. Only his mom used it. Sometimes his older sister. That was it. So how did this man know? "You're joking, right?" he said, forcing a smile. The owner tilted his head slightly. "No," he replied. Calm. Certain. Then he turned his back like nothing had happened and continued sorting items on the shelf. Just like that. No explanation. No follow-up. Like he'd said something completely normal. And somehow, that made it worse. The rest of the shift dragged. Every sound felt louder. Every second stretched. The teen kept watching him, trying to catch something. A clue. Anything. But the owner never slipped. No weird comments. No strange looks. Just silence. Until closing time. As the teen grabbed his bag, ready to leave, the owner finally spoke again. "You still live in that yellow house?" he asked casually. The teen stopped cold. That wasn't a guess. That was exact. Slowly he turned around. "How do you know that?" he asked. The owner didn't answer immediately. Instead, he walked to the counter, opened a drawer, and pulled something out. An old photograph, faded at the edges. He placed it on the counter and slid it toward him. "Because," he said quietly, "I've been there." The teen looked down, and the moment his eyes landed on the picture, his chest tightened. Because standing in front of that same yellow house was his mom, much younger, smiling, and right next to her was the store owner. But that wasn't even the strangest part, because someone else was in the photo too. Someone the teen recognized instantly. But it made absolutely no sense, because that person was supposed to be gone. The teen's fingers tightened around the photo. He couldn't breathe for a second, because the third person in that picture was his father. Not just any photo, not some random memory. This was recent enough to matter, clear enough to recognize, and impossible to explain. His dad had been gone for years. No contact, no calls, no visits, just gone. So why was he here, standing next to his mom, next to this man, smiling like nothing ever happened? This is fake," the teen said quickly. But even as he said it, he knew it wasn't. The paper felt old, the edges worn. This wasn't printed yesterday. The owner watched him carefully. "No," he said. "It's real." Silence dropped between them. Heavy. Uncomfortable. The teen looked back up. "Where did you get this?" The owner didn't hesitate this time. "I took it." That answer hit harder than anything else. Because it meant one thing. He wasn't just connected to his family. He was part of it. "Why do you have this?" the teen asked, voice sharper now. The owner leaned slightly on the counter, like he'd been waiting for this moment. "Because your family," he began slowly, "owes me something." The words hung in the air. Cold. Unfinished. The teen shook his head. "No, that doesn't make any sense. My mom would have told me." "She didn't tell you everything," the owner cut in. That landed hard. Because deep down, the teen knew that might be true. There were things his mom avoided. Questions she'd never fully answered. But this felt bigger. Darker. "What are you talking about?" he demanded. The owner studied him for a long second, then said something that completely shifted everything. "Your father didn't leave," he said quietly. The teen's heart skipped. "What?" The owner leaned closer, lowered his voice. "He disappeared." And the way he said it made it sound like that wasn't an accident. But what came next was the part that made the teen wish he had never taken this job. The word disappeared echoed in his head. Not left, not walked away. Disappeared. There's a difference. A big one. The teen shook his head, backing up slightly. "No. My mom said he left. She said he just didn't want to stay." The owner didn't react, didn't argue, just watched him struggle with it. "That's what she told you," he said calmly. Something about that calmness felt dangerous, like he knew exactly how this would play out. "Then what really happened?" the teen asked. For the first time, the owner hesitated. Not long, but long enough to matter. Then he reached under the counter again, pulled out something smaller this time. A key. Old. Rusted. Heavy. He placed it next to the photograph. "Your father gave me this the night he vanished," he said. The teen stared at it. "Why you?" "Because I was the last person he trusted." That didn't make sense either. Why would his dad trust a store owner? Unless this man wasn't just a store owner. "Trusted you with what?" the teen asked. The owner tapped the key lightly. "With something he couldn't leave at home." A pause. Then, "With something he didn't want your mother to find." That hit differently. Now it wasn't just confusing. It was turning into something else. Something hidden. "What is it?" the teen asked, almost whispering. The owner leaned back, folded his arms. "Depends," he said, "on whether you actually want to know the truth or keep believing the version you were given." The room felt smaller, tighter, because now the teen had a choice. Walk away, or open something that might change everything. "What does the key open?" he asked. The owner's eyes locked onto his. "Not what," he said quietly. "Where?" A beat. Then he added, "And trust me, once you go there." He stopped, just enough to make it worse. "You won't see your family the same way again." The teen didn't answer right away, because now this wasn't just curiosity. It was personal. "If you knew all this, why wait till now?" he asked. The owner gave a small, tired smile. "I didn't wait," he said. "I was waiting for you." A chill ran through him. "Why me?" "Because you're the only one who can open it." The teen looked down at the key. "Old. Heavy. Open what?" "A storage unit," the owner said. "Locked for years." A pause. "Your father made sure no one touched it." That explained the key, but not the secrecy. "You never tried opening it?" the teen asked. "I did." The answer came fast. "Didn't work." The owner leaned closer. "Biometric lock. Needs a match." The teen frowned. "A match to what?" The owner held his gaze. Blood. That word hit hard. His father had planned this. Only he could open it. But why? "What's inside?" the teen asked. "For years, I thought it was money," the owner said. "Or something illegal." A beat. But then people started asking questions. The teen stiffened. "What kind of people?" The owner's voice dropped. "The kind that don't ask twice." Silence. "So I stopped digging," he continued. "Until you showed up." The teen swallowed. "What happens if we don't open it?" The owner didn't hesitate. "They will." The teen blinked. "They?" Before he could get an answer, the bell above the door rang. Both of them turned. Someone had walked in. Slow. Quiet. And the owner's face changed instantly. This wasn't a customer. Under his breath, he muttered, "They found us." The air changed the moment the door closed. Heavy. Like something had just stepped in and taken control. The man didn't speak. He just stood there, watching, not browsing, not moving, just staring. The owner straightened, forcing calm. "Store's closing," he said. No response. The man stepped forward. Slow. Quiet. "I said we're closed," the owner snapped. Still nothing. The teen glanced at him. For the first time, the owner looked nervous. "Do you know him?" the teen whispered. "Don't speak," the owner muttered. Too late. The man's eyes locked onto the teen. "You look just like him." The teen froze. "His father." "Who are you?" he asked. A slight smile. "Someone your father tried to outrun." A pause. "But he failed." The owner slammed the counter. "Leave. Now." Ignored. The man reached into his coat. The teen tensed. But it wasn't a weapon. It was a photo. He placed it beside the first one. Same day. Same house. But this time, his father wasn't smiling. He looked worried. And in the corner, barely visible, was this man. Watching. The teen's pulse spiked. "How long have you been following us?" No answer. Instead, "He opened it once," the man said. Silence. What? The teen whispered. Your father, he continued. He opened the unit. A beat. And after that, he leaned slightly closer. He knew he wouldn't make it out. Everything clicked. The unit wasn't just a secret. It was the reason his father disappeared. The owner stepped in, voice low. We're out of time. A pause. We open it tonight. Because if they didn't, someone else would. They didn't wait. That same night they went. The storage facility sat at the edge of town. Quiet. Empty. Forgotten. Rows of metal doors. Cold air. No cameras in sight. That's not a good sign, the teen muttered. The owner didn't answer. Unit 47. Faded number. Scratched surface. But the ground nearby looked disturbed. Fresh marks. Someone had been here recently. Hurry, the owner said. The teen stepped forward. His hand shook as he grabbed the handle. Wait, he whispered. What if? Open it, the owner cut in. He did. The key turned. Heavy click. Then a scanner lit up. Red. The teen hesitated, then placed his hand on it. A pause. Then, green. The door unlocked. It creaked open. Inside, no money, no treasure, just a metal table, and stacks of files. The teen stepped closer. His name was on one. His mother's. His sister's. His father's. What is this? He whispered. The owner opened a file, then froze. Photos. Records. Surveillance. Their lives, documented. The teen's file had one word stamped in red. Active. What does that mean? He asked. No answer. Because behind them, slow clapping, they turned. The man stood there, smiling. Now you see it, he said. A pause. Your father wasn't hiding from me. The teen's stomach dropped. Then who? The man stepped closer. From what he created. Silence. He was tracking you. The teen froze. What? The smile widened. Your family isn't the target. A beat. You are. Everything went cold. Because whatever his father started wasn't finished. It was only beginning.